Hi everybody, I have a science book today to share with you, and it's all about our sun. It says Jump into Science by National Geographic, written by Steve Tomecek, illustrated by Carla Golembi. Some neat facts in here about our sun. This book is written to Phil and Jane and all the people in learning technology who helped put the stars in my eyes. And for Harriet and for Barbara, you shine. It happens every morning. You jump out of bed, and as you wipe the sleep from your eyes, you see it. The sun rises in the sky, and a new day begins. Even on cloudy days, the sun gives us light. What is the sun? Why is it so bright? What makes it rise and set and move across the sky? How big is the sun? And how far is it from Earth? To find the answers, just follow the sun. The sun is a star. It's our star. When most people think about stars, they imagine those tiny points of light that can be seen only in the night sky. The reason our sun seems so big and bright and other stars look like little dots is that all the other stars are much farther away. The sun is the closest star to Earth. If you could travel far into space and get close to other stars, they would look as big as our sun does. Even though the sun is our closest star, it's still very far away from Earth. The sun is about 93 million miles from Earth. If you had to drive 93 million miles at 60 miles per hour, it would take you almost 177 years. That's without stopping to eat a snack. So here it has a little picture of 1 year, 40 years, 80 years, 110 years, 130 years, 150 years, 177 years to get there. That is a long car ride. Because the sun is so far away from Earth, it doesn't look that big, but it's really gigantic. If you could measure the sun across its center, you would find that it is about 865,000 miles across. That means that you could put 109 Earths across the face of the sun. So if you lined up our Earth, that's how tiny our Earth is compared to the sun, it would take 109 Earths to go across the sun. It's pretty big. The sun is not made of rock, as our Earth is. It is made mostly of two hot gases called hydrogen and helium. Helium gas is what makes balloons float. It is lighter than air. Hydrogen gas is also light, and if you bring hydrogen near a fire, it explodes. Even though it may look as if it is on fire, the sun is not burning. Explosions similar to nuclear bombs make the gases hot. The surface of the sun is more than 11,000 degrees Fahrenheit. If Earth were any closer to the sun, it would be too hot for us to live here. Phew. Because the sun is so bright, you should never look right at it. Even if you're wearing sunglasses, you can hurt your eyes if you look at the sun for only a few seconds. When scientists study the sun, they don't usually look at it directly. First, they put special filters on their telescopes. So they put this black piece on the telescope, and then they use cameras to take pictures of the sun. What they have found is that the surface of the sun is constantly changing. sun is covered with dark and light patches. Scientists call the dark patches sunspots. They think that sunspots are a kind of giant storm. Sunspots look dark because they are cooler than the rest of the surface of the sun. The number of sunspots changes all the time. Sometimes the sun shoots large bursts of hot gas into space. Scientists call these bursts solar flares. Solar flares can make radios, televisions, cell phones, and other electrical devices here on Earth act weird. Have you seen how the sun seems to move across the sky? The sun seems to rise in the east and set in the west. Many years ago, people thought that the sun traveled around the earth. They thought that Earth was the center of everything. Today, we know that it's really Earth that is moving, not the sun. Even though we can't feel it, Earth is always spinning, just like a basketball on a player's finger. The line that Earth spins around is called an axis. Because Earth is spinning on an axis like a big ball, sometimes you are on the side that faces the sun. And sometimes you are on the side that faces away from the sun. When you're on the side that faces the sun's light shines on you, and that's daytime. When the place you are on turns away from the sun, it gets dark, and that's nighttime. It takes Earth about 24 hours to make one complete spin. That's one day. So our Earth is rotating, and the sun's just shining. Besides spinning, our Earth is also moving around the sun in a slightly oval-shaped path called an orbit. It takes about 365 days, 1 year, for the Earth to make one trip or orbit around the sun. 1 year. How many orbits old are you? The axis of the Earth is tilted a bit. As our Earth orbits the sun, sometimes the place where you are is tilted towards the sun. Sometimes the place where you are is tilted away from the sun. This is why the Earth has seasons. If the Earth weren't tilted, the season would always be the same. But we have our 4 seasons. Spring, summer, fall, winter. When it's tilted away, that's when we have winter. When it's tilted toward, that's when we have spring and summer. But a little bit warmer in spring and summer and a little bit colder in the winter. During the summer, the sun appears to be high overhead in the sky. If you watch the clock, you'll see that there are more hours of daylight in the summer than in any other season. Summer is warm because the part of the earth you are on is tilted towards the sun. During the winter, the sun appears to be closer to the horizon. The horizon is where the sky and the ground meet. There are fewer hours of daylight and it's colder in the winter because the part of the earth you are on is tilted away from the sun. Our Earth isn't the only planet that goes around the sun. 7 other planets do too. In order out from the sun, the planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The sun is the center of our neighborhood in space. We call our neighborhood the solar system. Can you match each planet with its name? Without the sun, most things would not be able to live here on Earth. Without sunlight, plants could not grow. Without plants, people and other animals would have no food. The sun also keeps Earth warm. When sunlight hits the rocks and water on Earth's surface, some of the light is soaked up and turned into heat. Without this heat from the sun, all of the water on Earth would freeze. Our sun is truly special. It gives us light. It gives us life. The sun is the biggest thing in our solar system. You might even say that it's our star attraction. time is it? If you'd like to see how the sun makes day and night here on Earth, you can make your own model. Here's what you'll need: a large ball, such as a basketball, a flashlight, a small piece of paper, a pencil, scissors, some tape, and someone to help you. First, draw a small picture of yourself on the paper. Tape the picture to the ball. Make the room dark. Hold the ball in your hands. Have your friend or someone, a grown-up, point the flashlight at the ball from a foot away. So you're holding the flashlight about a foot away. Turn the ball slowly. What happens to your picture as the ball turns? How does the model explain day and night on Earth? What did you discover? Then, this is a secret message. We'll have to use a mirror to figure it out. It says, in this experiment, the ball is Earth and the flashlight is the sun. As the ball turns, the picture is first in light and then in dark. When the picture is in light, it's daytime. When the picture is in dark, it's night. Cool experiment. The end. I hope you learned a little bit about the sun. If you learned something new about the sun from this book, let me know. You can write about it or send me a video. Thanks for listening.